As we come on the air tonight, we are tracking several snow emergencies across northwest Ohio. A number of counties are already under a level 1 snow emergency due to roads being hazardous.
Right now, all of northwest Ohio under that level 1, except for Paulding County, meaning roads are slick. If you know anyone who needs to be out tonight, boy, they're going to need to drive carefully because that snow is really coming down.
Tonight's big story is the weather, and an alert day is in effect.
First we had rain, now the snow, and we're not out of the woods just yet, with conditions on the roads expected to take a dangerous turn overnight. Tonight we have team coverage following the latest conditions. Chase Bachman is live in Findlay, keeping an eye on the Blanchard River and any potential flooding. Roxanne Elias, she is live out of the roads with a look at how things are going out there. But first, we're going to start with Chief Meteorologist Chris Vickers. So what do we have in store for the overnight hours and tomorrow morning? Another couple hours of some heavier snowfall, which could exceed up to 1 inch per hour snowfall rates across northwest Ohio and southern Michigan. So that snow in the past several hours has been coming down at an extremely heavy clip, and I do expect very poor travel. We're looking at some of the deeper blues indicating the steadier and heavier snow, one of those bands of snow that extends from Paulding County right into Henry County, up Route 24 and into the Toledo Metro, where we've had some heavy snow the past couple of hours, and now we're really seeing a harsher changeover across Seneca and into Erie and Huron County. So Norwalk to Sandusky, these are areas that saw sleet and freezing rain the majority of the afternoon and early evening, now making a sharp changeover. Steady, moderate snow. It has lightened somewhat in parts of the Toledo Metro. Last hour, it was really thumping good out toward Holland and Airport Highway. Still looking at very slippery, snow-covered entrance ramps, and many of the roadways are still snow-covered across the area. Several looks from Perrysburg over to Sylvania, snow-covered from the entire region, and down toward Findlay, lighter snow accumulations, but still very slippery weather is expected. Snow is continuing. It will wrap up in the next couple of hours, and a great way to stay connected on that is going to be our free WTOL 11 News app. As we go tumbling, you're going to see that hour-by-hour forecast turn even colder into tomorrow morning with that flash freeze expected. We'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit, but we've got our Chase Bachman reporting live in Findlay. And Chase, it's been somewhat of a fluid situation, so to speak, down with the Blanchard River, and we just had some new information in the past hour. How are things looking down in Findlay?
Well, Chris, there's still plenty of wind. As you can see, it's coming very fast, and when the ice hits you in the face, it can be very brutal. I actually had to put a mask on before we went on air just to shield my face from that wind because it can be very heavy. Earlier today, my photog, John Jubai, and I, we actually had some ice pellets go down our coats. Imagine those going down your back. It is icy, it is cold, and it is not fun. Now take a look behind me. You can see the Blanchard River. You can see how much the river level has risen. Now this has been the biggest concern for the city of Findlay. We actually spoke with some workers. They say they have distributed a few hundred sandbags to local businesses and people in the downtown area to try to protect them from any potential flood. They're trying very careful to protect people from any of those potential rising waters, but the work does not stop there.
I don't know. We might be working on the roads, throwing some salt. But other than that, we just got to see how the weather does and then take it from there.
Now, they say they have distributed more than 350 sandbags out of a possible 500. So there are a lot of people in this area that are trying to protect themselves from a potential flood. Reporting live in Findlay, Chase Bachman for WTOL 11. Jeff and Melissa.
Chase, thanks. We're continuing our team coverage tonight. The big worry going into overnight and tomorrow morning is the state of the roads, as all that rain from earlier today has now frozen. Roxanne Elias has been driving around from downtown to northwest Lucas County. Roxanne, how are the roads right now in Sylvania Township?
Melissa, right now the roads are still pretty slick, as you can imagine. The snowfall has kind of slowed down a little bit, but it's not necessarily making things better for drivers at this point. Take a look at what we're seeing out here on Central Avenue. The roads, the accumulation of snow is growing as more snow falls. And then what we're told is that underneath it, there's actually like a sheet of ice that's making it harder for these drivers to have traction as they kind of move along the road. We actually witnessed the car to earlier having a really hard time getting traction to take off. And of course, right now we're going about anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour, just so that we're able to safely stay away from some of the vehicles that are having a hard time MDOT and ODOT crews are working around the clock at this point in 12-hour shifts, but if you do see some of those plow trucks out there, this is what they're asking of you.
What we mean by that is don't follow our plows too closely. We are always traveling at a lower speed than general traffic is because we have the plow down or we're treating. So we certainly advise to not follow us too closely, to keep your headlights on low beam.
They're hard to maneuver because they're so large, and there's limited visibility. If you can't see them, they can't see you. So just be very cognizant of that. They have a hard job to do. They want to make sure that they make it home safe, and they want you to make it home safe too.
Now what you're seeing in front of you, the road right now, it looks like this is one of the areas that actually has been plowed, but still it's making it very hard for us to kind of move along. We've kind of gone from about 15 miles an hour, just still trying to stay safely away from some of the vehicles. Now, I will tell you that ODOT says that they do not expect the same snow accumulation that we had last time, so they're hoping that they can clear the roads by the morning, but they're asking for your patience as crews work against and fight against this storm. I'm live in Sylvania Township. Roxanne Elias, WTOL 11.